Everyone, this is Petra Jordan with episode 21 of my artistic journey, and today I'm in Rotterdam with Antonio from Volareo. Maybe you can just tell them what Volareo is, because you got
Yes.
a much
So
better way of
let's talk about how we met and
Yeah.
how we got in contact to each other, which was that Volario is the company I work for, and based in these offices. We are basically a tech company. We're building a smart speaker that integrates music platforms that have blockchain and cryptocurrency as their basis. And one of the platform, the one that we're going to launch with, is going to be Musicoin, which Petra is part of and very active member of. And therefore, from that connection, we met in person, and then we found some interest in what she was doing music wise and non, and we wanted to take that further with I guess this interview now.
Yay!
What is like, I just want to know, what is your setup now? What is, like, are you going towards what you think it's what you want, or is it still a struggle? There is still problems. There will all be.
Yeah, there are always challenges,
Yeah.
and I'm very grateful that I have at the moment still some budget to work with to really pay for my full-time musicianship, so to say. I am still working on generating greater income than I can that I need, actually.
Right.
That I need the income that I need.
Spend. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is still a challenge. There's kind of two main parallel roads that I'm taking for a very good reason. One is musical, and the other one is teaching, so workshops and retreats. The reason being is that I some time ago realized that I want to build my musical career around values that matter to me.
Right.
And those are health, well-being, creativity, and just physical and mental, spiritual well-being. And a lot of artists that are just musicians, and of course I use it in
Tend to
quotes.
forget about that.
Well, not only tend to forget about it, but you're forced to tour a lot.
Yes.
And I don't want to live out of a suitcase.
Yes.
So I said, okay, in that case, I'm going to have to create some kind of life as an artist where I can do both. And I thought, why not aim at creating a creative retreat center where I'm going to hold songwriting workshops and yoga and meditation, even though the yoga and meditation I want to leave to other people to lead, but as have a space to participate. So what I'm developing now, I already give songwriting workshops at the Abbey Road Institute in Amsterdam, SAE, School of Audio Engineering.
Oh, nice.
United Pop also in Amsterdam. I've given songwriting workshops there. I want to start doing them also on my own.
Yeah.
And I'm now looking finally at some really beautiful retreat centers in the Netherlands. So I'm going to be visiting them in the coming weeks.
Nice.
Where I'm basically scouting for location for songwriting retreats.
Right.
So that's one side, and then one lane of the road, and the second lane is the music itself,
Right.
where I'm working on the EP, and I want to perform and sell merchandise and so on. So
Right.
it's a lot of work, obviously.
I mean, what I would say is blockchain solves a lot of problems. Blockchain solves the music industry, for as much as there is a lot of content created and a lot of fans. Basically, everyone listens to music, and there is much more music than it can possibly be listened to. We sort of messed up, and we did for the past 100 years, I think, messed up the structure of it, the layout, the way the two players, the listener and the maker, interact with each other. So that is something that has to be addressed. And blockchain, and light went off, man. And blockchain solves that. And it's great at that, and although there is 80 companies mingling with it, we kind of know where we should go to solve it. However, of course, it like no technology came about without its ups and its downs. There is definitely more ups than downs, but maybe it is like really more human nature that that creates is down. Like the technology itself is just it's quite a problem solver. Humans are problem makers.
Yeah, and I also like to think, rather than a blockchain, I like to think of the distributed ledger tech.
Yes.
Because in fact, there is another technology being designed in parallel with blockchain. It's called holochain. I only found out about it recently, and apparently they've been working on it for about 10 years. And the problem of blockchain is scalability. The more people get involved, the slower it becomes. And there's a lot of smart people that are working on solving that issue, but it is an issue. It's an issue for Bitcoin, it's an issue for Ethereum, on which Musicoin is built. EOS, which is a new one, we'll have to see how it's going to go.
It's doing well.
We'll see. Plus, but then the argument there is that it's more centralized as a company. So there's that, and then holochain, and I don't really feel well informed, completely confident to give you an accurate description, but just search for it, Google it, and check it out. But what I liked about their design is that they're using spare computer power of everybody in the network.
Right.
So you can choose to dedicate a certain spare computer power of your whatever device you're using. And so you don't need master nodes. And then I think that eliminates the need for miners and centralized type of companies that are being created around these things. So and also what their other argument is that they are designing it based on how nature works, and I really love that. Now I cannot give you a specific example there, but that's what intrigued me, because every time I get definitely inspired by nature, by just looking at how things work in nature, and then if you go along with that logic, you're gonna apply it. Then you tapped into something that works. Obviously, it's out there. Life is built on it. So
it's quite a paradoxical idea to think about nature logic to be put in technology, because we have the idea that technology is like the anti-nature somehow,
but at the same time it's just physics, exactly. And that's nature.
Exactly. It's very interesting actually.